What's more likely? We'll start with one underdog wins outright this weekend or no underdogs cover the spread.
I don't know. I think that if the Eagles still had Carson Wentz, I think it might be a different story. But I like the Falcons coming into this game, so I'm going to say that no underdogs win outright because the Eagles are a dog there at Lincoln Financial this weekend.
Speaking of an underdog, how about this one? The Titans cover the spread or the Patriots win by more than 20 points. The spread roughly 14 points right now.
Oof. I would say the Patriots win by more than 20, if only because I think Tom Brady in his last 8 games against Dick LeBeau is 6-2 with almost 20 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. So even though Dick LeBeau is a legendary defensive coordinator, I think Tom Brady has his number there.
Is there any scenario you see where the Titans can win that game?
It would have to be, a sloppy game where, Derrick Henry, I think, set the franchise record last week with most total yards in the playoffs for the Titans. So if he can do that again, if he can get up in that 190 range where he's receiving the ball well and running the ball up the middle, maybe keeping the ball away from the Patriots would help them. But I think this one's going to be a tough one for Mike Mularkey.
All right, next one. Ben Roethlisberger throws for more than 350 yards or for 2 or more interception, more likely?
I think 2 or more interceptions. This Jaguars defense is that good, and one of the things that they have going for them is they have such a big presence at the defensive line. You've seen Calais Campbell, tip a lot of passes that have been intercepted this year, so it almost doubles your chances every time you drop back. Antonio Brown's not totally healthy, so he's going to be spreading the ball around. So, yeah, I think this is going to be a little bit of a minefield for him to navigate.
You segued nicely into this one. Antonio Brown goes for over 100 yards receiving, or leaves the game early.
Boy, that's a good question. I hate betting against Antonio Brown just because, he's such a tremendous player and has played hurt in the past. I was there in Pittsburgh when he walked off the field with that calf injury. Actually ended up going to the hospital. So I don't think we know exactly how severe this injury is, but if he's actually physically healthy enough to play and not a decoy, I would bet on him going for 100+.
Nick Foles, how about this one? Throws for 3 TDs or 0 TDs, more likely?
I'm rooting for him to throw 3 touchdowns just because this town is having its heart ripped out. Their basketball team started well and have seemed to drop off a little bit. And, the Eagles got the #1 seed and then lost their quarterback. So, let me just root for my home state of Pennsylvania here. Hopefully Nick Foles gets 3 touchdowns in this one.
All right, and then we've got the Vikings D. They hold the Saints under 350 total yards, or the Saints score more than 30 points.
I think the Vikings defense holding them under 350 yards. Drew Brees picked up the slack for Alvin Kamara in the running game last week, but this Vikings defense is something that they haven't seen before. I think that in my mind they're a little bit more complete than that Panthers unit. So I'm looking to see them shut down Drew Brees and become the first team to ever have home field advantage at the Super Bowl.
So you like the Vikings in that one. You like the Falcons. I know you like the Patriots, and you like the Steelers over the Jaguars as well?
That's the only tough one there. In my MMQB picks, I had the Jaguars actually going to face the Patriots in the AFC Championship game. So I'm going to stick with that pick. I think Tom Coughlin and that defense. I think there's something special happening there.
So on the Blake Bortles bandwagon. Well, not really Blake Bortles.
Maybe the Tom Coughlin bandwagon, not the Blake Bortles bandwagon.